It's so great to see someone like Kathleen live to her full potential because she's given another avenue, to her success.
And she had the confidence in me that I could pull it off.
I had it before, I've lost it somehow now, and I'm back on the track because the Kensington Club has been a vital resource to help make me the mensch that I'd like to be again.
I believe the younger generation needs the wisdom of the older people. We can provide them the tools that they need as far as maybe advice concerning people skills, where do you want to go in life, just challenge them and just give them some guidance that will help them to go along through life. When I retired from a job as a federal contractor. On the days off that I had, I wanted to do some volunteer work because I've always done volunteer work, whether it's with seniors or working in a soup kitchen. I have 2 adults, a son and a daughter, but I don't have any grandchildren, so I said this would be great. I believe the younger generation needs the wisdom of the older people. So we can provide them the tools that they need as far as maybe advice concerning people skills, concerning, where do you want to go in life, just challenge them and just give them some guidance that will help them to go along through life. Some of the things that we talked about in some of the sessions were time management and also stress management, which is really key. Going through rejection, whether it's through peers or maybe a family, I believe that it gave them an opportunity to ask us as older persons about maybe some of our experiences and even some of our suggestions. Have a little fun on the side, but plan it and don't be distracted by, friends that say, hey, let's go here and do this and do that. Make sure you stay focused on your studies. That's most important.
Always proud of the work I did, and as a program officer at the Corporation for National Community Service, a program where I helped to create the Learn and Serve America program, which got thousands of young people across the country involved in community service. I asked my doctor if this thing was something or if it was nothing. And he said, it's something, Alzheimer's. And that was pretty shocking.
When we came here, there was a lot of levity and a lot of silly, people having fun, and I think that was a big draw. It's just nice to have a place where you don't have to explain it to anybody, you just pretty much people get it.
I would say that, those groups that, I can pack around myself or seek out through Terry or other friends, those are lifelines.
It was about having connections and keeping connections and building connections, and maybe that's what's positive for you, Brad, but
Yep.
But those kinds of things, accepting help because we need it, and a lot of people want to go it alone, and I don't know that this is a go it alone kind of gig. Wherever he's been very social, and if I'm to continue the little bit of work that I'm doing, the boys are at school, and he can't do any of that, then this provides that somewhere for him to be, somewhere for him to make friends, somewhere that meets a big need. I mean, he's always been a very demonstrative and engageable guy. So that part of him is still very much at play and present. So let's keep it. You guys get it. You guys get it more than I do, but it's okay because he has a place for it. And I think for his quality of life, if we didn't have you guys, I don't know what he would. Where would the fun happen for him?
money started to run out. So eventually we had to go live in a shelter. And once I got there, I found out about Global Necessity and Justice Jobs of Maryland from a gentleman that goes to my church. And my first appointment was with April Sandy, and she did an intake interview and assessment on me. And from there, I was introduced to Wendy at Justice Jobs of Maryland, and she helped me build on to the resume that I had.
We've been able to find talented people that needed job skill training in order to be placed into other positions. And we've gotten multiple people hired out into jobs that have come through our program in the office. And we are constantly, attracting new, people with amazing skills like Kathleen, so that they can actually have the positions that they used to have and sort of got off track, with the skills.
They took some information from back in the 80s when I worked at the Pentagon and asked me to bring it forward. Global Necessity Corporation, which April is the executive director of, she was a host agency for JCA. And there were other employees that came on board from JCA. April is good at advancing you toward, going beyond where you think you can go. And I watch her do that with me. I watch her do that with Linda. And a lot of times, when you haven't been there, you'll be thinking, oh, can I do this? And she's like, sure. She, makes you feel confident about something that you hadn't done before.
Kathleen is running a big program with Justice Jobs of Maryland. She now works for me again since we're merging with Justice Jobs as Global Necessity. It was just so cool to, be able to find her, and she, just needed to be supported so that she could, but now become a manager and help other people. And
April said, Kathleen, you can do that job. And I'm like, here we go again. We help people with barriers to employment. We help some people apply for their licenses at MVA. We have some applicants that come in and they've been living in the woods, or they've been couch surfing. So they don't know about the free places around the city that you can eat. And I typed up a list of all the resources that people could go to for clothing and food, because and anytime an applicant comes in, I hand them that list. I say, if you don't need it, pass it on to someone else.
One of the great things about my relationship with Elaine Looney is that her and I together as a team can see talent and kind of envision where we feel that these folks coming through our program can learn and grow. And Kathleen is just the perfect example. She's a real superstar. So that's why Elaine and I work really well as a team.
The students have so much more that they're dealing with now. I was very happy that I was able to just interact with them and provide them some resources that they need going forward in their life.
The dementia world is full of loss of function, loss of motivation and interests, loss of a place in society, loss of connection to the world and loved ones. And Kensington Club has been a bright light in our family, adding levity, fun, and educational and emotional support to all of us. My loved one really enjoys attending their program, and I feel relief every time I drop him off, knowing he's in good hands, knowing he will emerge feeling more positive about himself and his place in the KC community.
And we're slotted next year to be 10 times our size from 2 years ago, and that's because of the CSEP program. We've been able to find talented people, and we are constantly attracting new people with amazing skills like Kathleen.
And then she had the confidence in me that I could pull it off. And I believed her and I stepped out, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.